Okay, let's see. Testing microphone 1, 2. Hey everybody, welcome back to the stream where I try to fix the mistakes that I made in the last episode. And how did I make those mistakes? I'll tell you how. I made those mistakes by not properly following the sequence of play. So basically, I went right from here, the general initiative impulse. I went right from there. I think I did that impulse. I think I did. To I jumped right from there, right past here, all the way up to potential contact evaluation segment. So what I skipped over was the enemy activity phase. Well, does the enemy get a chance to move? Not in my game. No, they do. But I completely went over that. And so what I've been telling myself with this game is, whether I'm playing it in front of you or whether I'm playing it by myself, I've been telling myself, I have to follow very closely, meticulously, the sequence of play. because that's where the whole game is. I mean, that's where the rules are. That's where the game is. And of course, what do I do on my second turn? Because this is turn 2. This is turn 2. What do? I completely mess it up. And I completely mess up. I skipped over a whole phase of the game. I skipped over this whole phase on turn 2. Well, part of it I think is probably my fault. Part of it's probably my fault because we had to go pick up my daughter, and my wife was calling me, telling me she had made some food for me, and she wanted me to eat before we went to pick up our daughter from school. And so I was under a bit of a time crunch because I kind of wanted to try to get this turn done. But that's no excuse for just skipping over a whole phase. So what we did is move these two squads up here. We did not find. Actually, there was no contact over here. There was contact over here. So there's contact from here up on this hill through this open field. That's what these white. Man, stop it. Stop it. There we go. We did resolve the contact on here, and there is a squad. Just kind of, I think they got stuck in the marsh. I'm gonna take these off. I do not need to have these on. I think this German squad got stuck up in this marsh, so we randomly selected them from the list of 4 German squads that we could have. We took that one. I think it was number 3. It's exposed. It is. There's no primary direction of fire or VOF over here. Actually, we can have a VOF from here because this is long range. So there's 4 ranges in the game. There's point blank range, which is on the same card. There's close range, which is 1 card adjacent. There's long range, which is 2 cards. And there's very long range, which is 3 cards or further, I believe. So actually, we get to place a PDF on this because let's go back over here. Back over there. No, brother. No, brother. No, brother. Why this is like. Why this is. You know what I need to do? I saw it when I was looking at editing the module. I need to make it so that I can just use the arrow keys to move the window back and forth. Because that's a lot easier than trying to go all the way down here, very carefully do this without doing this. I'm covering it up. So we will put a PDF right there. It's going to be marker pieces under VOF. We're going to go PDF. We're going to pull this out here like this. We're going to turn it clockwise, pointing up here because we can see that. And we're going to put a small arms fire on that. I believe it is. It's a small arms fire. Well, let's see. I think there actually is a machine gun up here, right? No. Where's the machine gun? Dun, 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 dun. Right now we have small arms. Oh, it's going to be... But where is my machine gun? Oh, I don't have one here. I have one here and here. Don't pay any attention to me. Don't pay any attention to man behind the curtain. Okay, this is a long-range small arms unit, so it's going to put a small arms PD VOF on there. All right. All right. So we did all that, but before we did all that, we should have done all this. We should have done all this up here. So we're not going to count, we're not going to do the enemy activity phase for this because this wasn't on the map yet when this should have happened over here. So we are going to do a enemy higher HQ event segment, and let's pull a card for that one. There's no radio down here, so there's no enemy higher HQ event. We're going to do enemy activity check segment. So we are looking under charts for enemy activity. This is not an enemy limited action team or pinned. This is a offensive activity. And I think they are, actually it's not going to be offensive because they are, because it says here that they are these units are deliberate defense. So I had this come up the other day, and the only enemy the only enemy activity chart that shows deliberate or hasty or delay, whatever, is this one here. So that's the one that we're going to use. So the way these charts work is we have a mortar spotter in here. I'm going to zoom this in one more. Okay, right here we have a mortar spotter undercover right here. Mortar spotter undercover. Now this is before I think I shot the grenade. Yeah, so what happened is I spotted him. So then I did shoot the grenade. So all of this happened. All of this up here happened before this. It happened back here in the friendly command phase. I spotted. It was unspotted. The spotter was unspotted. I spotted it. My bazooka team. No, was it my bazooka team? Yeah, shot a grenade at it, which is a -4. And so now we're in this phase trying to figure out what it's going to do. So it will tell us, hopefully on this chart right here, on the same card as an opposing unit, it is not. On the same card as is not. It's a grenade or it's not with an out of ammo marker. It's not under fire and no line of sight to an opposing unit. It is under fire. Under fire, but not undercover. It is undercover. under fire from a different direction to its own PDF. Well, it doesn't have a PDF because it's a spotter. I wonder if that might be a different right here. Okay. None of that was making any sense. So the way that works is, anyways, what you do is you come down here, you scroll down through this whole thing, and the first one that applies is the one that you apply. The first one that applies to the situation that the enemy unit is in is the one that you use to resolve the situation. But we're looking for enemy spotter activity. The spotter status, pinned or fire team side? No. It's going to be, but it's not now. No. Good order with no firing missions remaining. No. Well, I don't know if it has any fire missions remaining. So here again, been playing for like, what, 10 minutes, 12 minutes? We've actually been here doing something. And a question comes up. Is it good order with no fire missions remaining, or good order with fire missions remaining? We don't know. Why don't we know? Because the game up here is supposed to tell us this information. We're gonna look up here. Now the package that we pulled, wait a second. We can't do that one yet because we haven't. Oh, we did. We did that one, didn't we? We didn't get a card, and so here's my thing too: is that I mean, I know I'm getting older. I have a pretty good memory though, but you get to the point where you're trying to resolve these things. I gotta skip this down here. This is how intense this sequence of play is. We already did this enemy higher HQ event. I pulled a card. There was no radio. So now I have to put the arrow down here because this is what we're resolving. We're already past this, resolving this. So when I go out and I'm looking to a rule up for 10 minutes and then I come back in, I can see, okay, this is where I'm supposed to be because I know I moved the arrow to where I'm supposed to be. Okay. So this is the package that we drew. Incoming mortar, spotter, and basic cover. Place incoming VOF on same card as triggering unit. Place spotter at max line of sight. Now it doesn't tell me. It doesn't tell me. I'm probably going to have to look at the example of play because it doesn't tell me what the German it tells me what the German packages are, but if you look up here with the German packages, it tells you to respect enemy packages are limited by the counters provided. What counters? Because I've looked at other missions and I've looked at the training manual, basically the basic training, and it will tell you the Germans get 3 machine guns, they get 2 foxholes, they get a bunker, they get one artillery barrage. These are and a couple of squads. These are the things that they get to fill the force packages. It doesn't tell you in this. Okay? It tells you here. Do you get 1 LMG? So let me show you. Let me show you. Basic training. Now this is interesting too. I don't know what this is because this has been brown. The color of this has been brown, and I go in there now, and it's green. I don't know why. I don't know. I might have to look through this one too. It's it's good that I don't mind looking up rules. I mean, I want to learn the system. I really do. It's a really good system. I want to learn it, but it takes time to learn it. Let me find. I think it's page 34. Okay, here we go. It says here, the following units for the enemy packages: 2 trenches, 1 foxhole, 1 bunker. 2 trenches, 1 foxhole, 1 bunker. 2 light machine gun teams, 2 squads, and it shows you down here the squads and the machine gun teams. Those are, this one, it actually gives you, tells you where to place them specifically on the map. And this one up here, it gives you these. Prepare the following enemy units. These are the enemy units that we're going to prepare for this scenario. You get 2 foxholes, 2 trenches, a bunker, 1 high explosive artillery incoming, or this could actually be a grenade, 3 light machine guns, and these 3 specific squads. And then you build the specific package based on the counter mix. It says right here, this is 3 rules to bear in mind when placing enemy packages. This is right out of the manual. This is actually the basic training field manual, but the first one is respect the counter mix. Redraw if there are not enough counters to place the package. So, for example, at one point, I had, again, this is my fortunate thing with random draw stuff, is I had 2 machine guns with 2 foxholes out on the map because I had drawn this one like twice in a row. Could I put a squad in foxholes? No. So if I drew this package, number 4, I couldn't put it down on the map because it's supposed to be a squad in foxholes, and both of my foxholes are out on the map already. At one point, I had all 3 machine guns out there because I had one in a bunker. One got destroyed. I rolled for another one. I got a light machine gun with no cover, but I couldn't place it because 2 machine guns were on the board and one had been destroyed. This one was destroyed. These 2 are still on the board. I didn't have any more machine guns to make this package. So at one point, the only things I could do were incoming artillery, and I think it was squad and trench, because that's all I had left. I couldn't do any of the, because both of my machine guns were on the board and one had been destroyed. I couldn't do any of the machine gun packages. I couldn't do this one because light machine gun. I mean, but the point I'm trying to make is that I'm trying to do this. And it says, okay, I use the 4 German Grenadier squads, but it doesn't tell me how many light machine guns I get, how many snipers I get, how many heavy machine guns I get in order to build these packages like it did on the other one. All right, here. Doesn't tell me that. So, I mean, up there, it doesn't even mention that there's incoming mortar fire. See, the thing is, it's like in this one here, they all say prepare the following enemy units. That's what the scenarios say. That's what the missions say. prepare these enemy units because this is going to be the counter mix that you have available to you out on the map. But this mission doesn't tell you. It just doesn't tell you. I mean, if anybody can see where it tells me, anybody can see where it tells me, shows me a mine thing. How many? Okay, mines. Place mines, volume of fire on a triggering unit. Well, how many are available? I mean, is it potentially the whole map is a minefield? Same with sniper. Maybe there's 10 snipers out there. Yeah, I mean, all I'm looking for is consistency. I'm looking for consistency. If over here you're going to tell me these are the counters that you're going to have available to play with, then in this mission, tell me these are the counters that you're going to have available for this mission for the enemies. This is the counter mix that you're going to have available to you. Okay? Be consistent. I mean, sure, it tells me. Got 9th Infantry. Let's see, down here, does it show me the mix of yeah, it shows me my company table of organization equipment. I got all my company I got my headquarters down here. I've got my platoons. I got my artillery. It shows me the assets that the platoons can carry. It shows me my weapons teams. Shows me the artillery I have. It doesn't tell me anything about the enemy. I don't get it. Anyways. So, this spotter. I mean, I don't know if it's that important. I'm dropping a -4 grenade on him in a couple of seconds here. So I don't know if we should just, if he's just going to hang out and say, yeah, drop it on me. It doesn't say how many firing missions the spotter gets. Doesn't say. So I guess this is in a 10. I mean, I think it's reasonable to assume. that in a 10 turn scenario, well, let me scroll down through the thing here. How's everybody doing today? I'm doing pretty good. But like I said, I'm just looking for consistency. If in one mission you're going to tell me this is the enemy counter mix that you have to work with and respect the counter mix, I think the reason they want you to respect the counter mix is because they don't want you to do potential contacts on 4 markers and they all come up with, light machine guns or they all come up with heavy machine guns. If there's 2 heavy machine guns in the counter mix, that's it. That's what the enemy gets. But to do that across the board in most of the missions, but not in this one, is really kind of frustrating. Maybe it's in here. Maybe a little bit lower. See, this is assigning the assets, setting up the map, organizing the company. There's no enemy units out on the map yet. Let's scrolling. Keep that game scrolling. Anybody in here listening to my rant? Miko sure had a rant in him the other day. Was it last night? No, Saturday night. It's funny because I watched I watched a fair amount of hockey, NHL, and college hockey on ESPN Plus this year because it was on ESPN Plus. They kept having these commercials all the time. 1,000+ games in market. No, not in market, out of market. College hockey. I saw the Frozen Four playoffs on ESPN Plus. I saw the Four Nations on NBC, I think. But yeah, NHL hockey on ESPN Plus. Stanley Cup playoffs start? Nope. It's on ESPN. It's on ESPN2. No ESPN Plus. So it's funny because a team I follow, the Colorado Avalanche, they had a game 7 on Saturday night against Dallas. And it was on ESPN Plus. Except me and my family were out that evening doing something fun, and I couldn't see the game. I'm like, come on, man. Come on, ESPN. It's bad enough we're the owner of the franchise doesn't want to work with. Yeah, I'm not. I just thought it was funny because it was the first game of the whole Stanley Cup series, the first round so far. The first game that was on ESPN Plus that I saw, and I couldn't watch it because, I mean, my family and I had a great time being out, but I couldn't watch the game because I was out with my family. So I guess I wasn't meant to see it, and I guess I wasn't meant to see it because the Avalanche lost. So now let's see how they run this. Let me see how they run this. This is interesting. Now we're going to go through the activation segment. Saves command and a command counter slip to its activation complete. Okay. Each activated HQ and staff gets to draw for commands and take actions in this segment. They can go in any order. So we'll start with the platoon HQs and then do first sergeant. Draws an action card. It's a 2. Okay, so here's an example. This is a great example that you have to resolve. You draw for orders or commands for each individual platoon. You draw for the one you want to go first. You draw for them. They perform all of the actions that they want to for that impulse, and then they save whatever they want, and then that's it. They're done. Their activation is over. Then you go to the next one. You do that for the next one. You go to the next one. You do that for the next one. So you can't hop back and forth. You can't go, well, first platoon is going to do an action, but then I want to see what the result of that is before second platoon does something. You can't hop in back and forth. They all have to do all of their actions, save whatever commands they want, and then go to the next one. Do, 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 do. Let's see if we can see. Dun, 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 dun. Well, that's it. They walk you through like 2-3 turns, and then that's it. And I didn't see where they touched on mortar at all. Let's go back up here and see if we can find mortar. There's 11 of them. Oh, no, that's the spotter. Okay, so it doesn't leave. It says enemy spotters draw 2 cards to make subsequent calls for fire. The attempt fails, the spotter is immediately removed from play. So that doesn't help me with the counter mix, but it does explain this. Good order with no fire missions remaining. I don't know if that's the case or not. Because it doesn't tell you that over here. It just says enemy spotters draw 2 cards to make subsequent calls for fire. Okay. So we're going to do this one. Good order with fire missions remaining. We're going to assume that attempts to call for fire on a card in line of sight occupied by opposing units according to the following priority order. Target with spotters, target marker. Card with spotters, target marker. Okay. Well, it has this on there. Is this a target marker? Oh, let's see. More questions. You know what they need to do? They need to expand this a little bit bigger. And they need to put, okay, 810. Go to 810. I was just going to say they need to put the rule reference down there. And I know that I'm going to go to this rules reference, and it's going to be right there. 67. I'm going to answer all my questions. Like the sniper, enemy spotters are not governed by the enemy activity hierarchy, but by their own rules as described below. However, if pinned or reduced to a light limited action team, enemy spotters will then follow the enemy pinned light action limited action team activity hierarchy. When an incoming package is triggered, place an activated incoming volume of fire marker and target marker if applicable as per 7.16.5. Oh, is there maybe that's what, so a VOF marker, an incoming VOF marker is not a target marker. So let's read the rest of this and then we'll go visit this guy right here. On the same card as unit would trigger the incoming package. Place the enemy spotter as described in the package description. The initial fire happens automatically without the need for a draw. Provided the spotter remains in good order and has fire missions remaining, it doesn't tell us that. Let's go back over here again. I guess it does. I guess it just has, yeah, I guess we'll just do that. We'll just consider it has fire missions remaining. Let's do that. Okay. It has fire missions remaining. Oh, we still got to sing this spotter's target marker, right? Okay. Provided the spotter remains in good order and has fire missions remaining, it continues to attempt to call for fire on cards with opposing units in the enemy activity check of subsequent turns with the following priority. Units in the same card as its target marker. A card within its line of sight that has an opposing vehicle. The card within its line of sight that has the most opposing steps. The card within its line of sight which is closest. If multiple cards have an equal number of steps and are at the same range, then determine the target randomly. If no target exists, the spotter does nothing. Okay, we're going to look this one up. Registered. No, it's not registered. Draw a number of action cards for the you're find 7.16.5. The instructions for some missions indicate you can begin mission with a registered target or concentration. It's not. So what we have to do then is we're going to need to go over here and we're going to bomb these guys. It's going to be bad. Because well, this one gets resolved, but that's okay because there might be smoke in here. But I don't think it's either smoke incoming or it's not registered. Gotta come back up here. Burning rice, incoming airstrike markers. So do grenades? I think grenades are 8.4. Nope. Here you go. I don't think they would generate enough smoke. I don't think they would generate a grenade like that would generate enough smoke anyways to block line of sight. Okay, let's just do it. We're going to do it based on this. Card with spotter's target marker. Nope. Card with opposing vehicle. Nope. Card with the most opposing steps. And that would be their fire team size, fires and continue fires. Okay. So they're going to try to put fire down on these guys. This spotter right here, because this is the card. These are both adjacent, so they're both the same distance away. So what they are looking for is a blast symbol, like an explosion symbol. And they don't get it. So in that case, good order with no fire missions remaining. It says they draw enemy spotters draw 2 cards to make subsequent calls for fire. If the attempt fails, the spotter is immediately removed from play. So he just goes away. Bye-bye. Nice knowing you. He just goes away. So he's like, we need fire on the woods in section 19 grid. This is grid 1-2. Hello, command. We need fire on grid 1-2. Command. I'm out of here. He's like, I'm bugging out. I'm off map already. Can't find me. So this will get resolved. These will go away, I believe. Actually, no, because they don't know if this guy's gone or not. So we're gonna have to resolve that at some point. Yeah. So he tried to call in his fire. That was the enemy action phase. We're not doing this one because he didn't come into the map yet. So he will get resolved next turn. Capture segment, retreat segment. AI combat movement phase, fire mission update. This goes away. That goes away. Pending markers, potential contact. We already did this. We already did this. I know. I was up here doing this just now. How did you already do this? Well, I did them out of order last time. So that was my fault. Last broadcast this afternoon, we did we resolved this one and this one. This one was no contact. This one found a squad up here just kind of hanging out in the swamp. For each card with a, we already did this. So what we need to do now though is we did that. Update the current activity marker. So again, these guys were mark exposed. So we marked them exposed. And they were max line of sight. We can see them from the woods here on this hill over this open ground to right over here. That's our line of sight. That's where the line of sight stops, basically. Line of sight stops right here for these guys. And they're marked exposed. There's no PDF from them, although they will be able to see us at the end of the round because it says place PDF. No. So I can see them. They can't see us. Do I need to deal with them? Eventually, yeah, because they're right next to my primary objective here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to call in some artillery down on them. All right. We're not going this way, though. We're not going that way. Pin recovery segment. Remove pin markers from any vehicle or infantry units that are not under a POF, a PDF. You are not under PDF. Control P for pinned. No. How do I get the pin marker off you? Unpin. Unpin. Because they are no longer under a VOF. Exposed, 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 exposed. All these guys are exposed. They're going to come unexposed. That's done. There's no combat. Oh, there is combat effect. We can shoot. These guys have a VOF on them over here. So far, out of resolving 6 contact markers, we've only found 2, which I feel very fortunate for. So we can resolve fire here. It's -2 +1 for the marsh. There's no modifiers, I don't think, for actually being on a hill. So we're going to have a -2 +1. It's going to be a -1. So we're going to resolve this fire here. A -1 is a hit. And it is line. It's a fire group and a casualty for this guy. He just hit results. It's a CF or FC. Here's a casualty, which we can capture actually. Then we have a pinned fire group. We have a pinned fire team. They're both green. They're both pinned. Okay. All right. Now, resolve, determine, draw an action card to determine the fire is effective. If hit, draw another action card to determine the hit's effect based on the unit's experience level. Update ammo levels of existing thing or other. Yeah, so that was a small arms VOF 0, -2, +1, -1 was a hit and a fire team casualty result. Cleanup phase. Remove pyrotechnic smoke, illumination, expose, moved, fired, concentrated, booby trap. I think we need to resolve the. Do we need to resolve the? Need to resolve this, right? There's nobody to resolve it on. Another question. Let's go back to grenade. I would look up G exclamation point. Dun, 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 dun. And the grenade attack was successful too. So I guess we draw 2 cards. No, we already know it was good attack. What happens if the unit bugs out and the what happens if the unit bugs out in the enemy activity phase? Oh, Okay, if the target of a successful grenade attack moves prior to the combat effects segment, either to a different card or within its current card, the grenade attack is treated as a grenade miss. If a grenade miss modifier marker remains by itself on a card with no other VOF markers, it is treated as a -1 VOF marker in the combat effects segment, subject to all standard VOF modifiers. This is not a grenade attack. And then at the end of it, okay, so does it stay there like the I gotta change this. I gotta edit this. Come on, game. There. Um Flip this over to grenade miss. But now, oh, it's going to tell me in this, isn't it? It's going to tell me. Okay, so combat effects segment's over. Pyrotechnic smoke, illumination, expose, move, fire, concentration fire, booby trap, grenade, and grenade miss markers. Okay, got it. Sold. But there is still cover there. But these markers stay on there because we're still firing at them. We don't know that the spotter has left. So enemies firing at cards without valid targets, they shift or cease fire. So in the next phase, we basically have to I have to use my HQ or my CO here, my XO, to tell these guys, stop shooting. Let's see, there should actually be a PDF over here also. We're going to clone it. We're going to put it down here. Turn it clockwise. Here's actually a small arms fire here also. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so now evacuate casualties, designate for casualty evacuation. Enemies firing at cards without valid targets, shift ceasefire, defensive mission. Okay. Reset mine markers to just VOF, PDF, and activity levels as results of 3.74 and 3.8. So now I think I'm not sure where I saw this, but I think this one here, the maneuvering, I think I read somewhere that they start shooting at me like right now. That in this right here. Reset mine markers is just VOF, PDF, and activity levels. So I'll make this bigger for you guys. So we're down here. Reset mine markers is just VOF, PDF, and activity levels. So I think that means that this guy now gets a PDF marker. Flip this to its other side. Then I'm going to clone this one just to show, to remind me, oh yeah, this guy's firing at me from right there. He can't though. I forgot. He is a fire team. And the A there is, the C means close range. So close range means they can fire into this card, but they can't fire past it. So we're going to flip this back. We're going to delete this one actually. Flip this one back. I have long range on my unit, so it can fire 2 cards. Close range can only fire 1 card. Do, 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 do. I think there was something in here too about okay, there's nothing over here about paralyzed units yet. Okay. Okay, so I think we're on to turn, I think we're on to turn 3. Okay. Onto the friendly fire HQ event phase. At this point, I think maybe in this scenario, I think the only thing that can stop me at this point, I think, is my own friendly HQ, because I've drawn on this event phase thing before, and I had some bad things happen to me, so it's not exactly friendly. Okay, so let's draw on this, see what happens. There's no field phone icon down here, so that means that we don't have this. That one, that one, that one. Friendly command phase. During the segment of the phase for a unit or HQ to receive its orders, must be in the chain of command of the HQ and leader issuing the order and communication with it. It is. So we're going to come up here. and draw some cards. And we're going to assign orders. This is what, first platoon and third platoon. These guys have saved orders down here. So battalion HQ is not on the map, so they are automatically going to activate the company HQ. And we're going to draw, if activated by the battalion HQ, draw an action card and give it the modified number of activated commands. So right now, we've got one, we have one under VOF. We have two cards under VOF, so we're still two or more friendly occupied or enemy occupied cards under VOF markers. So we're still under because these guys are still firing here. They don't know to stop, so we're going to tell them to stop, but they don't know to stop. So somehow I've got to get maybe the XO can come over here to tell these guys, stop shooting. But we have VOF markers here from fire coming from these guys. And then we have a VOF marker that's 2, so we're still engaged. And so we're going to draw. We're looking at the B line here. Oh no. Paying attention to the man behind the curtain. We're not getting the +1. None of our guys have none of our leaders have a VOF marker over them. So it's just going to be a straight draw. So first we're drawing for the commanding officer of the company commander. He gets 3. He's going to activate and get 3, which is not good. We want to do a lot of stuff. Okay, so now he's got 3 commands to activate his platoons and or company staff, which would be the first sergeant or the executive officer. So what do we want to do? Let's bring this up here. Reminder. Oh, we didn't do cleanup from last turn. And we also didn't change, did we change the turn number? Yeah, but we didn't hit the cleanup button. All these guys are still exposed. They lose their exposed markers when we hit cleanup. So that means this guy too. They're pinned, but they lost their exposed, I guess, when they got pinned anyway. So what do we want to do? We want to kind of well, we definitely want to tell these guys to quit shooting. So in order to do that, we've got to I think I might send the XO over here when it's his turn. I can activate the XO and send him over here and tell these guys to quit shooting and also try to reconstitute them. But I want to be able to I want to be able to be assured that I can do that, because if I move a squad in here, I don't want them continuing to shoot at me. See, the thing is, um, if I don't activate my EXO, he's only going to get one command. My first sergeant has a bunch of commands. My second platoon has a bunch of commands, so he already has a bunch of commands. Here, my first sergeant is where? He's not there. He's not there. He's not there. Where is my first sergeant? Dun, 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 dun. I highly recommend, if you like classical music or you just like music in general, Holst, Holst, The Planets. Awesome, awesome music. Where is my first sergeant? It's over here, right? I wish it would just stay highlighted. Okay, company first sergeant, third platoon. First sergeant's got a lot of orders, so I don't need to activate third platoon because first sergeant can't activate the platoon, but he can give the platoon units orders. So what I should do is I should activate the XO, the first platoon commander, and the second platoon commander. Second platoon has a lot of orders also. What do I want to do with second platoon? I want to move. I want to do a platoon move up here. I want to do and then I want to send him into the hedgerow up here, which is most certainly going to be you know what? Oh, he can't see here. This is going to be bad. Look at this. Whatever winds up being over here is going to be able to see all the way through, all the way across here. And A potential contacts are like the worst. Pretty much we're going to be drawing a lot of cards and we're going to be finding contact up there. So first sergeant has 5 orders. He can order the squads and stuff around. He just can't activate the third platoon headquarters. He wouldn't be able to activate him. Second platoon's got 4 orders. First platoon has no orders, so we have to activate first platoon. So we're going to activate first platoon. The XO has 1 order, which I do want to use to get him over here to get these guys moving. So I think we're going to activate the XO. And then I think I'm going to activate third platoon. And then first sergeant can bring up some guys or just come up with us. Because I want to get up in here and I want to see what is, I want to see if we can get to like a second story of this church. I don't know what OP stands for, but I know you can check for an extra level on the church to see if it might be, well, let me show you here. You can check for a church. You can look for on a draw of 4. If you get a 1, 2, or 3, it's a strong building. If you get a 4, it's just standard cover. Upper story, is that what the upper story of church tower Markers is appropriate when building cover is placed. 5.2.2B. It's like a 5.2.2B. It's like a brief. It's like a like a legal brief. Light building, strong buildings reveal and cards contains a multi-story church upper story. I don't know what OP stands for though. I don't get that. OP. Google. Coming to a Google near you. Fields of Fire. What does OP mean on the church card? Yeah. I played Field of Fire quite a few times and haven't come upon the church card with the OP symbol in the top right until now. I assume it means +1 card for unit spotting from it, but I'm not sure. In the game, there is a counter for church. You have to put it on the card from right now. This place, is there +1 higher? It's relevant to this. Sure, it's multi-story, but so at least one village card. And it doesn't have the OP in the right-hand corner. I think that'll move. Observation point. Okay. So I think that's what that means, observation point. So what have we determined? We're activating first platoon, the XO, and the company, and we're activating what, third platoon? Because second platoon has some orders, first sergeant has some orders, first platoon could use some orders. So that is 1, 2. Actually, you know what? Company headquarters should come up and activate himself. I think we're going to do that instead. He's going to activate himself to come up here. Get marked exposed. Flip. Activation completed. So that is his 3 orders. First, we're going to go with first platoon. Get these enemy contacts resolved. Let's draw a card. 3. Gosh. Dun, 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 dun. Well, the XO, if the first platoon guy went over here, he could tell them to move up here. Well, first of all, he could tell them to stop firing. Quit your firing, you. They could tell this squad to come up here into cover here. So if I did that with my first lieutenant, so if I move him over here, that's 1. Tell these guys to quit firing, that's 2. And then tell him to move up here under the cover, that's 3. And then the XO could move these guys, but he wouldn't be able to do a platoon move. I want to do a platoon move, I think, up here. It's turn 3, right? I might want to just send a squad up there to do that. You know what? I was thinking I can see this card. No, I can't because it's got green right there. I can't see these cards here. I can, though, see this card. Let's turn this one over. Orchard Grove. Yeah, this unit can see right through this open field. And you can see this card over here. That's what it talks about in the sequence of play at the end of the turn. Adjust your VOF, PDF, and activity levels. And really what it should say is, check lines of sight. Check lines of sight. Because he can see the adjacent card, but because both of these lines of sight are clear, because they're not green, they're white, he can see through to this card here. So I kind of want to do a platoon move in here. But I feel like I should resolve the contact first. My XO has 1. He's going to have more. Do I want to send the XO over here? Depending on what the XO can get also. I think the most you get, the least number you can get is 2. So that would give him 3 to do the same thing that the CO would, or the platoon HQ would do. So that would be move over here, tell these guys to quit firing, and then move this squad up here. So let's move the CO over here for now. I wish it wouldn't. There's got to be some way. There's got to be some way to stop it from just leave it up there until I pull it away. There's got to be something like that. I'm gonna, when I edit it later or tomorrow, whatever, I'm gonna do that. I could do this. I could do a platoon move over here because it's got better cover, and that would be 2. And we could look for another cover. Let me see. Now, if I move my whole platoon, which is basically what's firing into this card, if I move all of them, am I still firing into this card and am I gonna suffer like a -1 VOF? I guess I'd have to tell them stop firing, and do a platoon move over here. And then we'd have to try to find cover later. I don't know. I don't know. Do 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 do. You're all going to be. These three can move. I want to move one of them up in here. I mean, we have 7 turns left. Maybe I should just be a little bit cautious on this one. Maybe just move him up here. Tell these guys to quit firing. And have him look for cover. Oh no, I can't have him look for cover unless I go up there with him. So I go up here. Tell him to stop shooting over here. I'll first do that order. Tell him to stop shooting. So when you issue a ceasefire order, the whole card stops firing. Okay, let's do that then. Let's do first platoon. We're going to move here. We tell these guys to cease firing and we'll save a turn. All right. So over here. Oh, I guess I should, before I move him, I should tell him cease firing. Because then he might move up here and start firing. Okay. So we're going to remove this one and this one. Oh, not this one, because we still have a small arms fire. But we're going to send him over there to stop that. So this card, cease firing. They are coming up here. They're exposed. And then what's the last thing we can do? We can tell second squad to look for cover. Yeah, they'll look for cover. Draw 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. No cover. Okay, so that's it for him. That was move the squad up to the orchard. That was no, that was tell the card to cease firing. Move the squad to the orchard. Have second squad look for cover. And that is done. So now XO gets to draw. See what he can get. Reshuffle action deck. We gotta draw a card. He gets 5. XO gets 5 commands, and then we reshuffle. I don't know if I've got. There's 50 cards in that deck. At least in this play, I don't think I've gotten more than like maybe 12 or 15 cards into the deck before I pull the reshuffle card. Interesting. Okay, XO has 5 commands. XO is going to use 1 command to move over here. He's landed departure. He's going to get exposed. He is going to tell, let's see if he can reconstitute. What do I have to do to reconstitute a unit? Oh man, I'm sorry guys. I'm so tired of doing what I just did. Which is basically go over everything that I was thinking about doing. So what I did is I had this squad was down here. The XO was over here. That whole time, all I was talking about was And then my third platoon, I'm going to move him back here. We just drew first cards. My third platoon had my third platoon? No. Did I just do that for third platoon? I was doing that for second platoon. This is first platoon. Oh, it was first platoon. I had three orders. I had three orders, and I was wondering, what should I do? Should I do a platoon move up here and then look for cover, or do a platoon move over here? I need to. There was a PDF here, so there was fire on this, so I needed to tell this card to quit shooting because I want to move a unit in there. So what I finally decided to do was move this squad up here. It's marked exposed. He was activated. Have my first lieutenant tell the card to quit firing. He told him to quit firing. And then I had the second squad look for cover, and they didn't find any. So quit firing, guys. Look for cover. Didn't find any. So he's coming up here. We didn't even activate the third platoon. He won't get activated until the initiative segment. Okay, so now you can see what I'm doing. I'm so tired of doing that. Switching cameras around and anyways. And talking and talking and talking, then looking over and going, where's the game? Gosh, it's so frustrating. Now, if I was playing a game like just a straight computer game where I didn't have to hop in and out of looking for, I didn't have to hop in and out of looking for stuff like I'm doing. I mean, looking at rules and looking up stuff on Board Game Geek and looking up stuff on Google and stuff. If I wasn't doing that, everything would be fine. But I'm having to do that because I'm learning the game, and then I wind up stuck in the wrong screen because I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. And then I wind up not looking over at chat because I'm too focused on what I'm doing over here. So that's what we did with first platoon. So they're inactive now. Third platoon has not been activated yet. Second platoon has not been activated. First sergeant's not been activated yet. And I don't think they get activation. I think, yeah, they do in the initiative. Okay. So XO, this is what XO is going to do. XO is going to move over here. They're already exposed. They're going to command these guys to stop shooting. Stop firing up here. I should have left the small arms fire up here until I did this. Now what we're going to do is, so that was he had 5. He had 1. I don't know. So you got 3 commands left. So what I want to try to do is I want to try to see, I don't know why it does that. So it's OBS. Okay. I just want to make sure I don't have the wrong windows open. Okay. Take a deep breath. I think the term they use is reconstitute. Not in there. If I could spell it right, it might work. Reconstitute. There it is. So we have a dictionary meaning of reconstitute. To reconstitute means to make a battlefield promotion of one step of a good order unit to replace the COHQ or a platoon HQ that was removed from play. I guess they're going to be green. To put a removed squad back into play during a mission by reforming it from 2 to 4 teams. To reform squads, teams, HQs, and staff from steps between missions or mission attempts. To put a removed squad, it hasn't been removed though. There's only 51 instances of reconstitute. During a reattempt. Okay. Reconstitute a squad. 4.2.3.I. You may reconstitute a squad which has been removed from play. Any 2, 3, or 4 fire assault teams may be given an attempt to reconstitute squad order. Draw action cards modified by the experience level of the HQ given the order, and check for the word rally. If rally is drawn, then the attempt succeeds. Remove the fire assault teams and replace them with a previously removed squad with the same number of steps. Okay, so what do we have over here? God. I think maybe I'm just going to leave the game in the game screen here. And then I'll just hop out and read. But see, I wind up having to go over here in full screen anyways. How about Adobe Reader? That doesn't come up. It's not coming up all the way. I don't know why. This worked initially when I first did it, and now this doesn't work. I'm gonna worry about it. Okay. You may reconstitute a squad that's been removed from play, but it hasn't been removed. That's the thing. It is just a fire team and 2 steps of a squad. For the first sergeant to be used, the XO platoon headquarters and the artillery fort observer must have all been removed from play. See, I don't think I can do it because this hasn't been removed from play yet. Well, let me go to the I, right? We haven't gotten to the I yet. So the 2-1 squad has also been removed from play. They have to be removed from play. You can't just having 3 fire teams available. Yeah, see, I guess they have to be removed from play You can't just say, okay, I got a one-step fire team and a two-step squad. You can't just put those back together, I guess. Well, you know what? I'm going to look in Google because I'm not being satisfied with the answer to that question. Fields of fire. Someday I'll know all the answers to this. Can a fire team, a fire team and squad, two, a one-step fire team reconstitute with a two-step squad? Okay, reconstituting, supplementing, and machine gun teams. Is it the same if you supplement a squad during a mission? Okay, so I got to look up supplement. 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 Only 5. Supplement a squad. Auto it. Any good order 2-3 step squad in an unpinned fire or assault team. Remove the team from play and add the step to the squad. Just had to see, I just needed the right word. I was looking up reconstitute, which happens when units are removed from the board. And I needed to look up supplement. So I can order these guys to supplement each other. Remove the fire team. Now, how do I flip him? Oh, supplement. Okay. And then I remove him. Hit results, delete, change label, Marcus. Okay. He's back in business. So that was what? He had 5. He moved over here. He's telling these guys to stop firing, right? He had 5. Move, get marked exposed. Tell him to stop firing. Supplement. Now, oh, I moved into cover, by the way. Now, order this squad up into this cover here. Marked exposed. And he is going to save that one. Okay, and he gets to see what's in here. More woods. So, units can see from here and vice versa. You can see all the way down. You can see from here all the way down to here and vice versa. Okay. He did not find cover, I don't think. I'm going to have him look for cover. Now, see, how come it does that? Okay. That it doesn't stack. I want the cover marker to stack. So I have to change that when I do the edit. Okay, he is here. He's done his thing. So I think that means that we were on to the initiative segment. If not activated, draw an action card and give it the modified number of initiative commands, and that is going to be for 3rd platoon. So 3rd platoon is going to be activated now. Draw a card. He gets 4. And what do we want to do with those commands? 3rd platoon is these guys over here. So what we want to do is we want to do a platoon move up here. And then we want to search for cover to see if we can find like a 2nd story building in here. So this is going to be, this one's coming down here. The mortar's going. And the anti-tank gun's going. The first sergeant's not going. He will be following shortly. And then all these guys will be going. So we're going to take him off of there. He's going to stay in cover. All these guys are going. They're doing a platoon move. So they're going up here. They're all coming up in here. Which includes the artillery observer, these guys, all of them, except for the CO. And that means the machine gun too. Okay, you're all exposed, except for you. Everybody exposed, okay. You are still here, and you are undercover, right there. So we had 4. We did a platoon move up here. And now we're going to tell this 3rd squad, 3rd platoon, we're going to tell him, hey, you've been up here for a while. Did you find any extra cover? Well, I hope so, boss. There's only one. And we get 3 cards to find it. So let's see what happens. Find us some good cover, will you? Sure. 1, 2, 3. Nope. We got to reshuffle. He is going to exhort. He's going to exhort 3rd squad again. Are you sure you couldn't find any cover? Well, gee, there's this big church over here. There might be something there. Could you go and take a look for us? Cover. They found it. Bingo. So now what we do is we come over here and we look on this thing over here. Oh, this is not this. Okay. We look on this. We're going to pull, we got a church. So we're going to pull a random number between 1 and 4, and that's going to tell us what type of extra cover we found. So let's pull from 1 to 4. We pulled a 4. Of course we did. We got standard cover. Come on, game. Give me a break. So all that time up here and all this squad could find was a hole in the ground. I found this, boss. What about this big church here? Didn't you look in there? Well, no, sir. I didn't want to disturb the church. Son, this is wartime. I can see where you could really have a field day. You could have a Fields of Fire day with this game. Yeah. So these guys are all exposed. They're in 3 plus 1, so that's 4. I mean, they're +4 on their cover, but they're also -2, so it's a minus. It's a +2. Oh man, game is okay. So that was 3rd platoon. That we're down here actually. He was the only platoon that wasn't activated. So now we're doing the company staff and no. Oh yeah, we're doing 2nd platoon, right? When we come down here to the initiative impulse. Was that 3rd platoon? Wait a second. What am I doing? I already did 3rd. What am I doing, man? Ah, gosh. I didn't activate 3rd platoon either, did I? He had 3 orders. Who did he activate? He activated himself to come up here, activated 1st platoon, XO. So now we did 3rd platoon. Now we're doing 2nd platoon. Okay, let's get this straight and out here. Okay, so we're still in the platoon HQ initiative impulse. Draw an action card, give it the modified number of commands. So what we just did was correct. So now we're activating the 2nd platoon and draw commands for him. And he got 3. No, he got 2. And so I think we just pulled the wrong number of commands for our guy here. So he got 2. He got 2 right there. Okay. I got to go back here. This was the 4. This was the cover. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and we. I'm just going to have to skip over it. I did the wrong thing. Because I picked out the wrong command thing. It should have been this number here. And so I gave him too many commands, most likely. So he would not have been able to do this anyways. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this cover away. Since we didn't find the cover in the church. So basically all they did is the platoon move, which was two commands, which is probably what we got. I think that's the lowest number you can get. And I think we drew 4 commands. And so I think that we used the 4 command up here when we should have been using the initiative command number. And that probably would have been a 2. So we're going to draw an action card with a modified number of initiative commands. We did that. We got 4 more. We had 3. We got 4 more for 2nd platoon. And the 2nd platoon is going to do something. 2nd platoon is going to do a platoon command. We're going to move all of our 2nd platoon. Going to move them all up here. All marked exposed. Okay, that's 2. I don't even know. I need somebody to just hold my hand while I do this. I'll get better at it. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to order this squad up here. Do I want to do that now? With having these 2 Bs getting resolved? I don't think so. I don't think I want to do that now. What we are going to do is we're going to look for cover. Look for some additional cover. So we're going to command a U to find some cover. One, 2, 3, 4. Found it. So we're going to put a cover marker down. All right. So we're going to move the platoon HQ under the cover. I'll do this first. I'll do it in the order I should do it. Let's see. Okay, we're going to move the mortar under there. We're going to move the anti-tank gun under the cover. And with the last order, we're going to move the lieutenant under the cover. Try to get them some cover. Sorry, guys. We can look for cover for you guys later. So platoon move, find cover. Platoon move, 1, 2, find cover, found it, 1, 2, 3. All right, so now we're into the company staff and sniper initiative impulse. So the XO and the first sergeant are company. So they each get 1 command. The XO, wait a second. The XO had 3 commands. Oh, we already activated him. So the XO has already been activated. Let's see, I don't know how you remember that. Oh, because he's in the save command zone. Okay. First sergeant gets 1 command. He had 5 saved ones. So he is activated now. So got pretty good cover up here. He's going to spend 1 to come up. He's going to spend, we already found the cover, right? And it's just plain cover. Oh no, we didn't find the cover. I took it away, so I'm going to try it again. Because I can, because it's my game. Yeah, I did the wrong thing in activating the platoon headquarters. And so I thought I had found cover, but it wasn't. I'm probably going to roll a 4 again because I'll find regular cover. But so now the first sergeant comes up. He goes, "Hey, come on, guys. We got a church here. What are we laying in this hole for in the ground? Let's get into the church. it'll offer us a lot more protection. So I'm not gonna. I don't know if I'm gonna order this guy to do it. I'm gonna order first platoon, first squad, third platoon. I'm gonna order him. Find us some cover, will you please? You know, I don't. Yeah, okay. Find us some cover. He orders the first platoon. So that's his second order. So now we're going to pull 3 cards, look for the word cover. 1, 2, 3. We found it. So now we're going to pull another card and we're going to look under the number 4 and hopefully find a 1, 2, or a 3. We find a 3. Awesome. Awesome. We have a strong building +3. Place upper story or church tower markers as appropriate when building cover is placed. 5.2.2B. 5.2.2B. So this is cool. I didn't even have to pull a card on that supplement squad. So we found an upper story or a observation post. If a light building or strong building is revealed on a card which contains a multi-story or church indicator, place an upper story or church tower marker, respectively, in addition to the indicated building marker. Upper story and church tower markers do not count against a terrain's cover potential. Oh, they don't. Oh, right, right. Okay. In addition to the indicated building marker, upper story and church tower markers do not count against a terrain's cover potential. So I guess we found that, so we can still find other terrain. Ah, here it is. What did they tell you? Its OP is for observation posts. The OP on the church tower icon, or the binoculars, that's what those are supposed to be. Those are binoculars. I thought it was like a butterfly or something. I don't know. It kind of looks like I don't know what it is. Those are binoculars. Okay. Uh, an observation post that only a single step may be in this cover. Well, what do we want to put up there then? Because we just found it. So we're going to grab a, so he's got his, he moved up to the card, right? He moved up to the card. He told them to find cover. They found cover. So he started at 6, I guess. He's down to 4. Yeah, he had 5. We have to go to marker pieces. We have to go to cover. Oh, can I do that from here? Let's go to place cover. Let's place a upper story church tower. Bingo. So only one step can be up there. Only a single step may be in this cover. So who do I want up there? That's the thing. We'd be able to see from here to here, which we already can. We'd be able to see from here to here. But we need to decide who we want up there. Probably not the sergeant or the platoon. Don't we have a mortar forward observer? Could put the light machine gun artillery forward observer up here. Could see here. Could see here. That is our objective number 1. I think I'm going to put the Okay, company first sergeant's gonna say, okay. What's his name? Artie. His name happens to be Artie. Arthur is his full name. Artie, get up in that church tower. Get some eyes out there for us. Now, he can see this. This is our objective, is that Orchard Grove. So he can see that, but he can also see over here. He can see this card. He's at level. What does it say he's at? Level he's at level 5.2.2.B, right? That's what we found before. 5.2.2.B, or no, 5.2.B. Base elevation for a level is 1. Hills and upper stories add +1 to the base elevation. A single hill and upper stories at level 2. So you have the base elevation is level 1. Hills and upper stories add +1. A single hill is level 2, and upper story is level 2. Okay, so he's at level 2, so he can see over this hedgerow into this hex right here. So we're going to uncover this card, which is our objective number 2. Flip this over. It's a farm. Nice. I hope the people are friendly and get some milk there. He's got 3 commands left. The first sergeant's got 3 commands left. Now it says that this does not count against the light building or strong building is revealed on a card which contains a multi-story or church indicator. Place an upper story or church tower marker in addition to the indicated building marker. So we have to place the building marker also. This was a strong building. So basically, I think what this is, the first level is a strong building. The second level is also a +3. I don't know what that one is there, but it's a +3. 2 is cover. But it says over here, upper story and church tower markers do not count against the terrain's cover potential. So does that mean I can roll for terrain cover again? I guess I could just move these guys into... Okay, so that'd be +3, +3. Be a 6. First sergeant's going to tell platoon headquarters to get under that cover. He's going to tell the machine gun, get in there. And then he's going to get in there. Now, that's 3 steps. Only a single step can be in the church tower. These guys are not in the church tower. They're in the building. They're in the strong building, not in the church tower. So now that is he told all of his guys to get in there, right? He moved up there. He told them look for cover. He told the Artie guy to get in there, get in the cover. He said Third platoon commander, get in that building. Get the machine gun set up in that window. And then I should have had him flipped over. I also am going to go into the building. And now what we're going to do is we're going to activate the XO. No, he's already been activated. So we don't activate him. We come down here. We do general impulse. We draw a card. We look at the little number. The smaller number is 1. We have 1. Basically, it's a what's the word I'm looking for? Basically, it's like a discretionary command. We have one discretionary command that we can use on any unit to give them instructions. Like maybe this guy here, tell him to seek, look for, tell him to look for, tell him to look for cover since he's on a contact marker. That's what we're going to do then. He's going to draw 3 cards, see if he can find cover. Is he under cover? He is not. So 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Nope, couldn't find it. Okay. That does it for this phase. General initiative impulse. We're coming over here, going to the top. And we're going to start with the enemy activity phase. There's no civilian action phase, at least in this scenario or mission. Call them missions. Let's see. Turn 2, we already did that. So we're in turn 3. So we're going to do it again. We're going to draw a card and we're going to look for a radio symbol down here. See if there's any. There is a radio symbol. So let's see what happens with this because I have not encountered this yet. Nope, it's this one right here. Maybe it says up here that you're supposed to use the same package. Organization equipment 7. It's just the organization equipment for the Americans. Nothing in here listing anything for the Germans. Okay. So we're on turn 3. So turn 3, we're gonna draw a card and look under the number 10 and see what it says. The number 10 says 2. Come back over here on turn 3. The number 2 is remove all pinned markers from enemy units. Okay. They all rally. Nice for them. We're going to remove this pinned marker from him. Remove this pin marker from him. Now see, really, this isn't going to really affect me until I need to get in here or in here because both of these are close range. They can only shoot into these right here. So they rally. Now we do the enemy activity check segment. Enemies firing at cards without valid. Yeah, they don't even have a target yet. Check every enemy unit on the map for activity. So we're going to break these apart. 1, 2. So that let's go from left to right. Probably easier. 1, 2. We're going to draw a card and we're going to find out what the number is under the number 2. That would be a 2. So we're going to check this fire team first. And the way we do that is that they're no longer pinned. So we look under this chart over here, enemy activity. They are deliberate defense. So we're going to look and see, are they on the same card as an opposing unit? No. We're going to find the first one that applies, and that's one we're going to use. Are they on the same card as an opposing unit? No. Do they have automatic weapons, grenade, or heavy volume of fire unit with an out of ammo marker? No, they are not. They're going to be a fire team thing. Not under fire. Not under fire. Under fire, but not under cover. That's the first one. They're under fire, but not under cover. They're under fire from down here. They're under fire from down here. So I need to put this, maybe clone this, drag it up here. So that way I can see, oh yeah, they're under fire. It's small arms fire. No, at this point, I think at this point it still is small arms fire, right? Maybe there's a machine gun in here. No. Nope. So the first one that applies is that it's under fire, but it's not under cover. And it's deliberate. Oh, wait. Did I not look at here? Yeah, opposing unit, same card as opposing unit. No, under fire, no line of sight to opposing unit. It is under fire. It is under fire, but not under cover. That's the one right there. So we're going to, under deliberate defense, we're going to pull a 3. Under the 3 is a 3. Under the 3 is a 3. Grenade attack or concentrate fire. It can't do a grenade attack because it's not adjacent to a unit. It's got to be adjacent, I believe. And it doesn't have range. So I guess in that case, it does nothing. It does nothing. So, okay. That's my interpretation of this. So, close that. We're going to go back up here. We have to determine for the next one. It's going to be the same thing for the next one. It is under fire, but not under cover. Oh, but we have to draw a card for them, right? Yeah. Number 3 is a 2. Deliberate, under fire, but not under cover. A 2 is move into or seek cover. So we're going to draw just like we do for our guys. We're going to draw for them. Under fire, but not under cover. Move or into or seek cover. So he is going to draw 2 cards and look for the word cover. 1, 2. They got it. He got it. Place a regular cover marker over him. The other guy does not get it. Okay. Next. I want to make sure I did that right. Yeah. Capture segment. No. Retreat segment. Let's see. Enemy casualties on unoccupied and friendly occupied cards are captured. Okay, they're not unoccupied. Retreat. Any unpinned, paralyzed team. Nope. Retreat any unpinned stretch or litter team. Plus a casualty. Nope. That casualty is just hanging out there. We don't have any vehicles. We're gonna move into combat phase, looks like. We don't have any incoming markers. Flip pending markers. We're gonna resolve potential contacts. I think we have 2 of them. We have this one and this one. And that's it. These are resolved. And this one. We don't have any up here yet. So we're going to resolve these randomly. We're going to go on 1 and 2. We're going to do the 1 first. This card right here. So what is our status? We are we have one card under VOF, and that's it. And so we're actually back to contact. Let me show you right here. Contact is 1 friendly or enemy occupied card under a VOF marker. So we only have the 1 up here, since we haven't gotten any of these yet, and the unit that was in here bugged out. The unit that was in this over here bugged out because he didn't have any more targets. He was a spotter. So we're under contact. This is a B. Isn't that a B? Yeah, those are Bs over here. Sorry. So these are Bs. We're just under contact. So we are going to draw 5 cards to see if we get contact. We're going to randomly pick. I think we already did this one, right? Yeah. We're going to randomly pick 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. No contact. We're going to shuffle. Then we're going to do this one. We're going to do a 1, contact, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a new contact. We have a new contact. Contact at 44794 to the same thing. Okay. We're doing the B's, so it was 5. Okay. We have a new contact, so we have to draw a card to find out what our contact is going to be. And that's going to be over here on the German force packages. Okay. We're going to go and draw a 10. Under 10 is the number 3. And the number 3 for B is package number 3. So you see, if you draw either 3 or 4 on the random number 10, this is the package you get, which is number 3, which is incoming. Great. More mortar fire. Another spotter for us to try to find. He is undercover. That's good. No, it's this one. He's not undercover. That's bad. So we're going to do, and he is in an orchard, so that's also bad. We're going to put a VOF marker on here of -3. Turn it over to the incoming side. It's coming in, pal. And there's also a spotter. And we need to find out where is the spotter. Well, this is how we find out where the spotter is. This card is in column number 2. So we are going to look in column number 2 and we're going to draw a card and look for the random number under the number 3. And that is a 3. So this is going to be a spotter in column 2. A spotter is going to be at the right front of this card in column number 2. So that would be like right here, because line of sight only extends out to here. Now we're also going to look at that to see. There's a spotter in basic cover. He's unspotted, and then +1 cover. Place incoming VOF on same card as triggering unit. Place spotter at max line of sight as per the contact location table. So the spotter has to be in this hedgerow because he wouldn't be able to see. He's going to be to the front right, but he wouldn't be able to see this card from here because you can't see through a green border. So he's got to be here. So we're going to put in here a cover marker of +1. We're going to put in here a I guess we need to go to here, go back to German spotters. We already used the first mortar spotter. Now I probably should have logged him. Let's see if we can do that. He is not spotted. Okay. Got more incoming down here. Now, who was I resolving for? Him, right? Yeah, because I put his thing was up here. I don't know why I didn't leave that. He didn't have any. He wasn't, we didn't find any for him, but we did for him, and that's this guy right here. Okay. I'm sorry. I think what it is too, you know, my wife and daughter upstairs, they're hanging out today. My wife's going on vacation here in about a week and a half. And I'm down here playing. And I think I'm going to leave it at that for right now. I'll resolve the combat. But yeah, they're upstairs. They sound like they're having a good time because there's no loud voices. For each card with a PC marker, a friendly unit draw the number of action cards indicating the potential to contact draw chart based on the PC marker and current activity level. Card stays contact with the enemy's been made, determine the enemy package used and placement. Place any applicable VOF and PDF markers and update the current activity marker before. Okay, we got to update that, right? Now, if this had happened on the first one that we did, this VOF marker and this VOF marker up here would have changed the contact to engaged. You can see down here, engaged is 2 or more friendly occupied, enemy occupied cards under VOF. And then we would have drawn 3 cards instead of 5 cards. So that's why it's important to keep that updated. But that did not happen. And so we are now going down into the pinned recovery segment. Move pin markers from any vehicles or infantry units that are not under VOF markers. Any there? Any there? Nope. Any there? The pinned ones stand out pretty well, so I don't think I have any. That's that. Combat effects. Check for a change in small and large fires and card the VFF marker, resolve any, determine, draw an action card. Okay, so we're going to So the game rules recommend that you do it in this order. They say go ahead and start at the top, left to right, and top to bottom. So we're going to start over here with, it only does it if you have a marker in your hand, I guess. Okay, we're going to start with this one. There's a VOF on this card. They're in cover. So they're getting fire, small arms fire from down here. This is small arms still, right? That's small arms. That is small arms. Um, well, I guess no. I guess the mortar is going to fire, right? You don't tell them to fire, they fire. And then this is, I think we have a choice of whether we fire the, I'm not sure. Let's find out. Let's find out. I have a word with this game. So combat. Engaging opening fire. 39. I don't think I'm going to do this now. I might come back on later tonight. Um, I'm tired and I streamed, gosh, what, 3 hours this afternoon or this morning. I just want to try to read this though, so I can kind of get an idea. In game turns, you have units open fire by placing their basic VOF on the target card and placing PDF marker pointing with a firing unit to the target. I think when I resolved it last time, I think last time when I resolved it is before this turn. This turn, I actually moved the whole platoon in there. A non-engaged unit opens fire with its basic VOF when it has a spotted eligible target. But see, that's the thing though. So I guess they do have the anti-tank, the bazooka, and the mortar have they do have a basic VOF. Yeah, movement of friendly and enemy units brought the anti-tank and the mortar up to that card, which has the line of sight to those that squad. Automatic and mandatory. Let's engage. They will not cease or shift fire without orders, even if units from their own side enter the target card. The unit enters a card where there's a fire already going on, continuing fire. So now we go back over to the grenade thing. VOF markers. Oh, so they up here, do they say basic VOF? Because the basic VOFs are small arms, automatic fire, H, and pinned. Oh, that's not true. Place any VOF affecting a single unit or single stack of units under a cover marker, such as grenade or sniper, on top of the targeted units. So I guess both the mortar and the bazooka are going to fire. Pointing from the fire unit target unit. Some special VOF requires a string order. Passing an attempted check before placing a VOF marker. That's with the grenade. I know that. With the bazooka, it does require mortar and sniper. Okay. Some units have special VOF ratings which have unique rules or may require orders to carry out. Some VOF special units and weapons are covered in detail in Section 7, of course. Usage of the most common special VOF described in 6.36. Table summarizing VOF modifiers in relationship with PDF. Okay, 6.36. We're going to start there, and then we might have to go to Section 7. 6.36. Basic, special. So the grenade is special. Both of these have the grenade on them. Single unit out of cover, stack of units under cover marker. Ranged grenade attacks must follow a card's PDF if one exists. Does not place a PDF exception. Mortar teams. So, close range. So the bazooka is not going to fire because it's close range. Close range is the next card. The mortar is going to fire a grenade. Requires a grenade attack to attempt to place. Multiple VOF may be. No, that's the grenade. Yeah, that's grenade. Okay. Exception. Mortar teams. Gotta go to. What page am I on? 45. Okay, so we're going to go to 7.3 and then come back maybe to page 45. 7.3 mortar teams and mortar sections. Restrictions. Mortar units may not fire at point blank range. Are we in woods? They can't fire out of woods either. So neither one of these things apply. So we're going to do a small arms fire. So that is that. So up here we're going to do a small arms fire. Let's pick which unit we do first, 1 or 2. We do 1. He's undercover. He's undercover, so he has +1, +2. He's not exposed anymore. He's not pinned anymore. So he gets a +2. Is a pin. He's pinned now. He wasn't pinned, but he is now. Now this guy is a +1. He's not in cover. +1 gets a miss. He's like, I'm good. I am so good. Oh, come on. I want to drag you off there. Come on. Let me drag you off. You know what? I didn't mark him exposed. Come on, game. Marked him as pinned. There. I grabbed the card. And I'm going all over the place here. All right. So that's resolved. What else do we need to resolve? We need to come down here this row. Nothing needs to be resolved here. Oh, we need to resolve this. Poor guy. He is -1. He is -4. He is -6. He is -5. This might not be good. -5. -4 is a hit. He is a line unit, so we're going to look for what happens over here. 1 step becomes what's that? P, paralyzed. So you come over here, we right click on here, hit result is a P. So one step is paralyzed. Oh, come on, game. Oh, I got to separate them. I'm sorry, they're stacked together. Put the paralyzed guy down here. He's going to stay up here. Basically, they say they're paralyzed with fear. So this is like a further step from pinned. They're this pinned units can come back. They can come back and get unpinned and be effective again. But when you're paralyzed, you're like ineffective unless you get rallied by a leader. So, any other combat that we need to look at? We are engaged, right? Yeah, I got to flip this over because we have two cards with VOFs on them. That's engaged, but that didn't have any impact on because we didn't we had to check these two for PCBs, and we checked this one first and then this one, which got the VOF on it. This one was clear, and so it just went to engage just now. So check for change of status, small, large phase, resolve, determine, draw an action card if units hit, update ammo levels. We're not tracking ammo. Cleanup phase, pyrotechnic, smoke, illumination, exposed, move, fired. I shouldn't go through these so fast. Pyrotechnics, no. Smoke, no. Illumination, no. Exposed, yes, we're going to remove those. Moved, fired. Haven't done that. I don't know about that. Concentrated fire, booby trap, grenade, grenade miss. Evacuate casualties from cars designated for casualty evacuation. Enemies firing at cars without valid targets, shift, cease fire. Defensive missions, reset mine markers, adjust VOF, PDF, and activity levels as a result of 3.74, which is here, and 3.8. I'm going to put this up here for next turn. I'm going to close this. We're going to clean up. And that's going to get rid of all the exposed markers. Let's bring this up here. I'm going to do this. Let's check our line of sight. We can see this one. We can see this one. We can't see this one. Can't see this one. Can't see this one. Oh, we can see this one from the church, even without the church. Oh, no. We did. We sent him up into the second story of the church tower. And then we can see over these hedgerows into this here. So we know that our second objective is on a farm. Our first objective is on an orchard. And then we have to come up here and grab this. This is our attack point. We have to grab this attack point. So next turn, we're probably going to be moving the rest of the squad up here. This will be leaving before the next combat phase. We'll probably be moving these guys, well, the XO up here. We reconstituted him. So that's where we are right now. We got two more lines to clear here. These A's and these B's. And then hopefully from there we can do some other stuff. So that's going to be it for me. I might come on later. I don't know. I'm kind of tired. I streamed for like 2 hours now. Um, I've been streaming for how long now? Almost 3 hours, and I streamed for like 3 hours earlier today, so that's about 6 hours today. Wow. But I gotta run up and take a shower. Actually, I don't know if I'll take a shower or not. My daughter's going to bed pretty soon. I'm gonna go up there and say hi to her. So, she was having a good time with her mom. Her mom's going on vacation in a couple of weeks, and she's gonna be gone for a couple of weeks, and so it's just gonna be my daughter and I hanging out. And so it's good for her and her mom to spend some time together. And it sounds like they've been getting along good because I haven't heard any raised voices or anything up there that they haven't been getting along. So that is encouraging. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click the command display, which gets saved with the game. I'm going to turn the game turn 4, and then we can start. We can start over and get back when I do this, run this again. So, anyways, thanks everybody for watching. Thank you, Shroom, earlier today for being here. Thank you for my VOD watchers who like to watch me make mistakes and like suboptimal gameplay. What did I hear? I heard a streamer. I heard a YouTuber today saying that it's not an exercise in infantry tactics or platoon level tactics. It's an exercise in learning how to play the game. So you're probably going to see tactics that you're going to be shaking your head at, like, why did he do that? You're going to see mistakes that I've made in the rules, like I did earlier. Hopefully, for the rest of this, you're going to see me following the sequence of play very closely, extremely closely. So just going step by step by step by step, word for word. And that, in fact, it probably wouldn't hurt for me just to say, like, this, when we start up again, friendly hire HQ event phase starting on turn 2, it wouldn't hurt for me to just read it out. Draw an action card. If the headquarters icon, which is a radio, is present, determine an event on the friendly hire headquarters events table. So it probably would not hurt for me just to read everything out. Like when I get down to here, read the whole thing out. Get here, read the whole thing out, and get used to stopping and looking. I mean, even if I'm playing this game a year from now, stopping and looking and make sure I'm doing everything in order. So let's see. I'm going to close this out. I got to save the game. I'm going to come over here and save the game. Save game as. Yeah, the name of this save was Keep Up the Fire, Fix It, because I had made a bunch of mistakes. Well, it wasn't a major mistake. It was I had skipped over the enemy activity phase and gone right to the potential contact phase. I just skipped over. Like, okay, I did the orders. I finished the orders, and then I said, okay, let's resolve combat. No. This is going to be what? Start turn 4. And that we isn't that what we decided? Turn 4. Yeah, okay. I'm going to close this. Anyways, thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate everybody for coming into the channel, for watching the VODs. I know you're out there and I appreciate it. And as I like to leave you with, hopefully some words of wisdom that you'll take to heart. That wherever you are in the wide world, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening, or night, put yourself in a position to be blessed and be blessed. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Thank you.